cases of coronavirus across the state. I'm saddened to have to inform you that 2 further Victorians have passed away, taking the total fatality number up as a result of this virus to 34. One woman in her 80s and one man in his 80s. If there are further details and it's appropriate to go through those at a later point, then of course we will, but we'll take this opportunity to send our best wishes, our condolences, our thoughts and our prayers to the families of those 2 Victorians. This will be a particularly sad and challenging time for them. In terms of testing, yesterday, 28,104 tests, which means we've done 1,278,512 tests. So our testing rate per 100,000 is getting quite close to 20,000 tests per 100,000, which is quite an amazing effort. And we are deeply grateful to every single Victorian who's come forward over this long journey to get tested, to get to the best part of 30,000 tests yesterday, given the stay-at-home orders, given all the different challenges that we face, is a very impressive thing. It's so important to come forward even with the mildest of symptoms. Get tested. That's how we can isolate you. That's how we can isolate your close contacts. That's how we can limit the spread of this virus. We don't have any other announcements to make today in terms of, I think Jenny might have one more test site that's opened up, so we'll put that out there just so that people in that community can be aware of that. I just wanted to make a couple of general comments. It goes without saying, but we will make the point yet again, this is not an ordinary weekend. Stay at home means just that. It means stay at home unless you need to go out, and then only for the things that you absolutely need. So food shopping, things of that nature, getting care, giving care, those sorts of things, going to work, all of that is fine, but only if you need to. If you can work from home, you must work from home. If you don't necessarily need additional supplies, then you should not be going out to get those additional supplies. I know and understand it's frustrating, it's challenging. We'd all rather be in a very different position, but we can't ignore the reality that we face, nor can we be finding reasons, inventing reasons to travel a long way from home. Whether you're in Broadmeadows or Brighton, stay at home means stay at home. That's how we'll get this lockdown over sooner. It's how we will protect those in the community who are susceptible. And I again make the point, it's not only those frail aged Victorians. That itself is reason enough for us to all be vigilant. But just in case anyone thought this was only an issue for those who are very old and have underlying health issues, there is a growing number of people around the world who have been otherwise healthy and have passed away in ages across the whole spectrum. The other point too, as Brett made yesterday, I think it was, or perhaps the day before, that there is growing evidence about lingering effects, and whilst you may not die as a result of this virus, there are many people who are reporting this in effect as a chronic condition that lingers for a prolonged period of time. So this is not something anyone wants to get. And the notion that it's mild and it won't matter, that's just not right. The evidence does not bear that out. So again, I'm deeply grateful to everyone who is following the rules. That is the vast majority. But there will always be an isolated number of people. I just appeal to them to moderate your behaviour. For you, for your family, for every family, for the entire Victorian community, that is the only way we can go forward. It's the only way that we'll get these restrictions off sooner rather than later. And it's the only way we will avoid having to put in place even tougher rules